Temperature has properly dropped. Literally like 3 or 4 days ago, it was way too hot. I'm not complaining, just to clarify. And today I'm wearing a hoodie. What the? That shit's crack. That shit crack. Today has been a pretty boring day, to be honest with you. We haven't been doing anything too exciting. We've just been doing a lot of like research into stuff, kind of like organising things for other people and whatnot. Tomorrow we're going to be doing some shiz. That's basically today. So it was a bit of research. I started doing some. We've like finished everything on the sprint board with the exception of one thing, but like working on that thing, I worked on that thing and got my like fucking head blown off because I attempted to do some work and like help someone else out, and now it didn't go very well. So fuck it. Otherwise, Laura has now gone to the shop. She's finished her uni now, so she can go shopping again. I've been going for the last 4 weeks or so because she's been busy doing uni work. And now she's finished, she can go, and I can just sit here and chill. Now, bad news is that I spent this morning, well, yeah, I've been doing all of the, like, this is how boring I've been. I've been doing, like, HRE, like, objectives today. Whew. Like, by choice. Crazy. But I also found myself re-watching Casey Neistat video called Lazy and Fat, which is one where he goes on about how he like gets the most out of his day and whatnot. And then I also listened to I've like started a podcast that he did because I'm starting to like, I want to be productive again. I say it all the time, but I do. I fixed an annoying bug that I had in some of my code, which was good. I had a really annoying issue where, for some reason, my paging tool didn't really work, and it turned out that the tool that I'm using to auto-generate my test data was generating a new time. The way it generates its dates effectively change every time you iterate over the list, because it's nested inside a list of other lists. I couldn't figure out how to lock it down. It's driving me up the wall. And it was made worse by the fact, well, no. The problem is that I was then using it to generate cursors for my paging because I wanted it to be ordered by date. And it didn't like that. So for whatever reason, that kind of integration chain, it wasn't happy. And it was just regenerating that value all the time. And it was driving me mad. So I haven't fixed it, but I've set the cursor value to just use the title instead for the tests, and then for the real tests, which is the next step, which is the integration test, which I don't think I'll even use I'm thinking that I won't be using, I'm going to try not to use my pager. I'm going to try and do it within Mongo, so it's going to be fun. At which point, because I'm just generating the data, smashing it into Mongo, I won't have the same problem again. So yeah, have fun with that. Also, lower to the shop, which means no treats. I always buy little treats, you know. But sometimes, although I did, the meal plan this week involves prawns, king prawns, and I'm like, you need to get proper big king prawns. So that was the treat. All right, gang, I'm gonna level with you. Very little of any value happened today. It's just been working, and then how I spend my like evenings is interesting now because I like finish earlier than I used to. And I kind of figured it out for working till 5:30, but not till 4:30. But yeah, it was a day of just like trying to run things that wouldn't really run. And then just like kind of research into stuff. We've got a new thing that kind of went through emergency refinement today, which I can spend some time refining tomorrow. Should be good fun. I think there was more to it today, but I don't really know what it was. Just like effectively code reviewing, trying to figure out how some automation tests are supposed to work. Turns out they're just really old, the ones I want to run. They don't work anymore. That's about it, to be honest with you. Remember back in the day when I used to work on my own and I used to have the run of the house all day. You'd get long, interesting, boring vlogs about me facing technical issues with my project, but not giving you enough information to really understand what I was talking about. Well, today is a similar day. Laura has gone to a work thing. They've got like a team meeting huddle thing. Obviously not a huddle, a socially distanced huddle. So I've got the run of the place from 11 till like gone 2, I think. So it's great. I've been able to play music. I've been in a meeting, but I can play music through my speakers if I want to. It's about lunchtime now, so I'm going to make my sandwich. Living the dream. Otherwise, today is a relatively chill day. We have not much to do this morning, to be quite frank. We've just been like refining some stuff. It's effectively last minute refinements for sprint planning tomorrow. And then otherwise we have been, this afternoon we've got like retrospectives and all that shit. So it's a bit of a quiet day, to be honest. I'm in a relatively good mood as well because I got my morning walk snuck in between the rain this morning, which is good. So I'm feeling grand, boys. I think it's time. Let's go make some lunch. And then I think I've got a telephone call to discuss a technical approach for something in an hour and a half. Not that I'm taking an hour and a half lunch, but I just need to make sure that I've got like, I'm the person going to this thing with all the information. It's one of them things where like, there was a spike to do a load of work. I did all of that work. There was a meeting and I came to a conclusion no one was expecting. And then it's just like, I've just got to like jump through a load of hoops to get people to realise that I came up with a better solution, you know? It's not even like, I don't blow my own trumpet or anything, but it's not even like a subjectively better solution. It's just like flat out better. I can't think of, no, there's one explanation as to why their idea was better, and it is hugely outweighed by all of the negatives. So, oh my God. Also, actually, this morning, I burped my ginger beer, which I forgot was in the fridge. This boy here was about the same level as the rest, but it's a bit empty now because it was like fucking winning Formula 1 and champagne going everywhere. It was insane. I'm not sure why that one in particular is so much gassier than the rest, but I literally popped it. I had my hand on the top of it, popped it, and it pushed up and then like kind of turned in my hand and then like kind of went at the wrong angle, then all the ginger beer just goes so that was good fun. I don't know what it is about Thursdays, but I woke up this morning again, really bad hay fever when I got up, so I think that's what happened. But like after breakfast, just like this really bad headache started to form, and I tried to sleep it off before work, couldn't. What I decided to do was like at 9 o'clock, I logged on, went to like planning, which was at 9:30, and then like was in the room, in the bedroom with like curtains closed, sunglasses on in the dark, listening. And then like actively working kind of got me out of the like hay fever, I've got a headache, I feel ill rut. But that's like, it happens semi-regularly now, you know? That's what it's like every week or so, or every other week. I like wake up and I don't feel very well. It's bizarre. Otherwise, today was planning. We have a really empty sprint. We're gonna have to do some pairing this sprint. I'm not looking forward to that at all. But then otherwise, again, we do like this thing on a Thursday where a lot of load comes through, and one of our services that we know has performance issues through a wobble right at the end of the day. Great fun. By that I mean not a great amount of fun. We did a lot of like talking to third-party companies today as well, trying to figure out like trying to convert. I feel like we have quite a lot of layers where we are, more layers than I'm used to when I'm like working on stuff like this. And I feel like a lot of stuff gets lost in translation as it like filters through, almost like Chinese whispers. And I'm assuming people try and like simplify it down to the point where it's kind of almost changed, you know. But we got there in the end. I've been making a habit of going to bed too late. So I'm going to bed on time, before midnight. Kind of chill, kind of not day today. There was a lot of like meetings to like listen into, but not to partake in. And then sprinkled in and about all of that, there was a production issue, which I was involved in like trying to fix. So, bit of a curveball. We had some validation basically triggered, and something that supposedly should have been valid, wasn't valid. And yeah, and that was like fun trying to figure out whether or not the validation's wrong, whether or not the thing that's sending the data's wrong. It's good fun. And then like at the end of the day, like doing a manual fix into thingy. Well, I didn't do it, but like watching someone else do it. It's pretty freaking cool. So it's been a fun day. And in the evening, we've done nothing. Nothing. But also, background noise today, Formula One, baby. Formula One, free practice 1, free practice 2. I watched them both. I say watched. Either had in the background with no noise or sound only, depending on what I was doing. So yeah, I'm just like listening to other meetings, just watching cars go around meaninglessly because they're just practicing. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's not even before 11. This is surely. Oh, also another fun thing. Laura thinks we might have an animal in our walls. I don't think that's possible, but we'll find out, I guess. And by walls, I literally mean this wall. So I don't know how that's going to work, but you never know. I'm not wrong often, but it does happen. It does happen. A very wet and miserable day for the weekend today, boys and girls. I went to go meet my nan and 2 aunts who were on their way to Cornwall today. Basically like the motorway that goes past Bristol. That was cool. I don't think they're a bit more relaxed, I think, at the moment than I am. And I was like, back away from them as they approached me, you know. But that was nice. Just had like a standing coffee in a service station, effectively, and just had like a chat. And then Formula One was on, living the dream. Quali, anyway, race tomorrow. Cannot wait. Although, like last year, I watched this race on holiday. No. And then Beth the Bay came around. We had takeaway because now it's like the first day where you can have like people inside your house. Living the dream. That's how we rolled. Oh, I went to bed. I just had a cup of tea. And now I'm going to bed. All day today I've been nursing like a little bit of a pressure headache. I feel like it's my glasses. I feel like I needed new glasses before this coronavirus thing kicked off, and then obviously coronavirus happened. So I didn't get my new glasses or my old glasses fixed. Today though has been a day of, we were doing DIY. We've redone the ceiling in the bathroom, basically like all of it. So it was like a good old morning, was just like scraping all that off, and then Laura did it while I was doing the majority of it while I was watching Formula One. Formula One's back, baby! What a race as well, boys! What a race! Thoroughly enjoyed that. Then what else? And we've been playing the Steam Summer Sale. We've got like some games. Laura's been trying the Industries DLC for City Skylines. I've been trying to find some other games that are like 2-player. So we had a go at Cuphead today. That was fun. So it's a good game. I quite like it. It's really like well designed and whatnot. I think it might be a bit hard for Laura, but we'll see. Yeah, that's about it, to be honest with you. Nice, chill weekend. We've got a 4-day week this week because I booked Friday off. Well timed as well, because I feel like I need an actual day holiday, and it's going to be a boring ass sprint. But yeah, it's been a nice, chilled but productive kind of day, just not in the usual sense of the word. Today wasn't actually as bad a day as I thought it would be. On Friday last week, I found an issue with the way we were doing a microservice thing. I've managed to swoop the task of fixing that up. It's a pain in the ass because it's like all service bus management, which I hate. One of them things you don't have to do, you know? I don't know why people decide to do it when you could use like many a service that does it for you, but that's life. So yeah, I've been wrapping up migrating some service bus listeners to .NET Core, and then building out a way of like setting up subscriptions and all that kind of shit. At startup, we were doing that in some Terraform, but that won't work. It will work, but it won't work for local development, which is not good. And it basically means that team environments are unusable. But that's that. Otherwise, shopping, and yeah. So, fucking wild day today. It was meetings literally all day. Refinement in the morning. No, I tell a lie. I was out of a meeting for 2.5 hours. Refinement all morning, and then a kick-off meeting with a third-party company which was hecka boring. But yeah, that was an absolute hoot as well. I've got the same again on Thursday. Tomorrow was the programming day, which is going to be good. I did manage to finish off the subscription thing I was talking about, his State Service Bus. That's now PR'd, ready to rock and roll. Otherwise, that's about it. Oh, I went to watched a networking seminar thing about building a global startup. Lol. I don't know, I was just trying to remember what I've done today. Basically, I've been trying to figure out how to trigger some alerts of when some logs are written. And it means a lot more. I was trying to figure out if we could do it with the current setup, and it doesn't look like we could. So I've got to effectively add application insights and then add a query thing that will run and check for certain log messages and stuff like that. It's a bit of an exploratory day, I guess. Bit of a looking around, just trying to learn how it's all hanging together. Because it's things like out of hours alerts if things go wrong. They're usually all performance based or exception based. This isn't an exception we want to know about. We don't want to throw an exception, but we want to know about it. So, yeah, it's a good fun. Otherwise, tomorrow's the day of all meetings. Today was a quiet day, mostly. But yeah, so otherwise, that's it. Jesus Christ. Did some programming after. I've been trying to do paging within the data, within Mongo. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm not sure how plausible it's going to be. What I need to do is generate some data and slap it into my database. So I've got something to work off of, but that's a good idea. But yeah, that's what I've been doing in the evening. Otherwise, I watched an episode of Shameless on Netflix. It's out of order. It was series 2, episode 11, the Christmas special, which is actually series 2, episode 3. And you're watching it and you're like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, boys. Why is this happening? Why is that, But either way, it's over now. And that's the end of another day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I hit a brick wall trying to raise some stuff off logs. I tried to change the way that we did logging in a service, and it's going to be way more work than we thought. And I'd started down the way to just swapping it out for their ASP.NET standard one. But the way that the way that they use it in a couple of places, they can't do it via DI. So I'm either going to have to refactor some of that stuff, which I think it can be refactored into middleware, to be honest, but maybe not. It was a shit show. And then all afternoon was spent listening about integration work we're doing with another third-party service. But I'm relaxed AF. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm on holiday. I've got the day off. I need to book some time off. Booked it off. God damn it. Yeah, what was I going to say? So just been chilling. I'm not even planning to do anything tomorrow. All I know is I've just turned off notifications from Microsoft Teams. It can go fuck itself. I need a day, boy. So yeah, looking forward to it. Don't know what I'm going to do. I thought that might have been a shot there. I think Formula 1 2020 is coming out. I should receive that tomorrow, hopefully, from Amazon. I'm trying to walk a balancing act between, if I want something, then get it. Why not? But then also not buying things for the sake of buying stuff. But I really enjoyed Formula 1 last year, and I'm into why not? So I got it. I also feel like, to a certain extent, because the rule changes, the rules are all being delayed till next year, the rule changes, for the year after. It was going to be 2021. I feel like Formula 1 as a game would become a little bit more boring without DRS and without, they'll probably still have curves, but anyway, ERS. Oh god. Otherwise, yeah, particularly looking forward to a day off because I stood up for myself a little bit at work today. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. And yeah, and I get to just let it all kind of play out a little bit. Come back in on Monday, and then we'll see if I'm gonna like come back guns blazing or not. I just like getting a bit sick of the way some people, specifically one person, but like in general, the team treats me, and I'm like, I'm sticking up for myself, boys. I'm not having it. I'm not taking this shit. But yeah, so I'm asserting my dominance a little bit more. I don't care. And I did it, and then I logged off. Anyway, I'm going. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you later. Got the day off today, ladies and gentlemen, and I almost didn't take the day off because, like, what's the point in having a day's holiday when I'm just going to sit at home anyway? You know, I'm going to sit at home today, I'm going to watch some Formula 1, hopefully going to play some Formula 1 because I pre-ordered the Formula 1 game and I think it's arriving today. I may as well just go to work, you know, but god damn is it relaxing. I feel so relaxed. Like, I know Teams messages are probably already flying around and I'm just on a walk. I'm living the dream, boys. Living the goddamn dream. Laura is working today, so I've got to like stay out of her way, but it's just nice to have a long weekend. I've got a week off as well in a bit, which I'm also looking forward to. Yeah man, I have no plans for this weekend. I thought about potentially, especially since the weather's dry, potentially going into town to get my hair cut, but I'm not sure I can be arsed. So I may as well just book it in at the weekend one day. I think I just want to take the opportunity to just chill out, not really do anything. There's two things I'm thinking about in my little old nog, beside Formula 1. Well, I'm going to do like a little bit of programming as well on my laptop today, because it's FP, it's practice today. So practice is really boring. So it's good like background noise for other work. So I'll probably do some programming on my laptop. But the two things I'm thinking about today are trying to find an inroad into an idea I've got for like for something to disrupt, and then also how to deal with like a people problem I'm facing at work. So my initial reaction is to activate full firecracker mode, which is how I normally deal with problems. I'm a bit of a, well, if you ask anyone who works with me, I'm like super fair and like really clever, like well compromises and like politically and whatnot, but there is like this inherent little firecracker in me that's like ready to go off, you know, whenever. Especially if like I'm willing to escalate much further than most people are if political options aren't successful, you know. I'm just trying to figure out if there's still more options that aren't detonation. And that's exactly what I did, boys and girls. Watched a lot of Formula 1. Oh, I came upstairs to sort out the curtains, but they're already sorted. Watched a lot of Formula 1 today. Potentially today's free practice is going to be tomorrow's qualifying because of rain, so made it a little bit more interesting than normal. Free practice is usually boring, but like the second set of free practice at the same track is even more boring. I was doing a little bit of programming on the side, but then we've had kind of a fun day, you know? We got a bit distracted. Both of us did. And yeah, and I don't want to tell you what it is. You'll probably know by watching the title of this video of some variety, but it's exciting stuff. Otherwise, Formula 1 the game came, and I've like set up my team, and I'm like going into my first weekend. So happy about that as well. But otherwise, I've had a little bit of Malibu and lemonade, and it's bedtime. That's pretty cool. A bit of a family outing. We've met halfway with Laura's parents and her sister. We're about to go now though, just went to the toilet, lol. Just had lunch. Had a nice walk around in a big field. Living the dream. That's how long it's been since we've seen Laura's parents. Easter eggs, boys. I'm also getting more and more limited as to whereabouts I can vlog without giving away tomorrow's surprise. Heading off to bed. I had quite a good day today. I feel like, well, with the exception of the drive, because it was so hot and the air conditioner in our car's broken. I need to find somewhere to, I need to start saving some money for one thing, but I need to find somewhere where I can get my air conditioning unit regassed. My normal garage is too far away, especially in coronavirus times, to be able to easily get there and back. I guess I could longboard in good weather, but yeah, it's not ideal. So yeah, it was really hot in the car. But yeah, we had a, like I say, blasted up to Croom or something, which is like halfway between Nottingham and Bristol. Had a good old catch up and whatnot, walk around. It's quite nice as well because like you've got some, yeah, sometimes they come here and then we just sit here and talk, and it's like you can get a bit bored, but because you're walking around it's not so bad. So, and like I say, because there was so much to talk about. Otherwise, I came back here, had some dinner, and just chilled out. Watched Formula One qualifying, bloody good qualifying. Qualifying's normally quite boring, but it was fucking good. Qualifying's the most boring, well, apart from free practice, obviously. One of the most boring parts. It's very little actually happens. But yeah, we've got Formula One tomorrow. It's going to be good. Hopefully we'll be back in time for it. Bedtime. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. Big surprise today, but the big surprise for us is that it's not easy to show you yet. So, going to Twitch tomorrow, but I need to go to bed. Need to relax. Back to work tomorrow.